season. The Saints, they win this one 31-28, but there were a lot of decisions made that people don't agree with. So we got to hear from first head coach of the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, and then we'll hear from Drew Brees, the winning quarterback.
You know, we made the bed. We'll lay in it, and I'll expect us to lay in it very well and perform. We'll control what it is that we can control, and that's our preparation to play next week. All other things out of our control, we won't worry much about. You know, like everyone else, man, we've had whatever 15 opportunities to this point to state a case for ourselves. So we won't lament about our positioning. We'll just simply control the things that are in front of us, and that's next week's preparation and play.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to secure the 1 seed, but knowing that we've done it, knowing that you know, the road comes through New Orleans, you know, that gives us a lot of confidence. Obviously, we love playing in the Dome. We love playing in front of the Who Dat Nation. Obviously, they make this a very tough place for somebody to come in and play, and so, yeah, obviously we have goals throughout the season, and this is one of them.
Looking at the NFC playoff picture, the Saints clinch the top seed. They get home field advantage throughout. They are not leaving New Orleans until maybe they go to Atlanta. We'll see how it all shakes out in this conference, of course. Biggest takeaways from yesterday's performance, Kyle?
You know, I have a confession. On my Friday show this past week, I kind of made fun of you guys a little bit, like I poked fun at you, because I always roll my eyes at the hero worshiping of the Superdome. Like, we look at that place somewhere like Stonehenge and Wakanda and Bethlehem and the Vatican, like the Swiss Guard does security, and there's white smoke when the Saints win.
Yes.
It's a little much for me. And yet, I'm sitting there in that fourth quarter when the Steelers have the ball and Roethlisberger. I could not believe the atmosphere. I think I needed a refresher on the power of the Superdome. It's really that big. And I'm listening to it. It's at home. It's the afternoon. Brooke's sitting next to me. She's like, those people are maniacs. That's an exact quote from my wife about the Saints fans. In fact, I think we have a taste of it if you want to roll that for us, guys.
Ooh.
Say Superdome. Give it to us. It's like the sound they use in video games for crowd noise, like a generic. Every Saints player on offense is saying, get up, get up, get up. And I'm just picturing it. Roethlisberger was one thing. I'm picturing Trubisky or Dak or Russell Wilson, one of those guys going in there against that crowd. I think I kind of became a believer. I went to the Superdome. I saw the '92 Sugar Bowl, Notre Dame versus Florida, Jerome Bettis versus Shane Matthews, and that was about 26 years ago. I am now a believer. It's going to be almost impossible for them to lose there.
My takeaway from this game is that I was waiting for Ted Ginn to come back, because it's not a coincidence that Michael Thomas, since week 9, has not had a 100-yard game. He did again yesterday. This is the guy who can stretch the field, take the top off the defense, open things up underneath. We know all of that. But the fact that no other receiver outside of Michael Thomas in this offense, where Drew Brees throws and it's known for having such a great offense, had even 400 receiving yards outside of Michael Thomas. Ted Ginn being back was huge. He made some huge plays here, especially the game-winning drive, 3rd and 20, catch over the middle, picks up the 25 yards and seals the deal. So Ted Ginn being back, we haven't seen him since week 4. He was put on IR with a designation to return in week 7, crushing it right now. And now the offense is going to click on all cylinders. It's very similar to, in my opinion, different positions, different styles, but to what Doug Baldwin means to that. Just having that last piece to fulfill the puzzle.
Yeah, he's definitely a big part of this offense, and just the pure speed that he comes with, and his ability to go out there and run every route on the field. The evolution of Ted Ginn came in as a returner, athletic receiver, and now is a true number 2
Played in a couple Super Bowls, too.
Yeah, doing his thing. Shout out to Ginn. But to your point, Kyle, the crowd noise, you know what else makes them special? Is they're smart as well. Because when the Saints are on offense, they're calm. Drew Brees gives a couple of these, and the crowd is silent. So shout out to that crowd out there. For me, regardless if Mike Thomas goes off or if Drew Brees doesn't have the game that he needs to have, they have a running game that anchors this squad. Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram. And we've been talking about it all year. Alvin Kamara, once again, 100-plus scrimmage yards in this one, 2 TDs. He had 4 receptions for 82 yards. And it's casual, and we kind of look past it. But he's not a receiver, guys. So him having 82 yards isn't something we should casually talk about. And this is one of the toughest runs right here. My guy is just spinning and walking in backwards into the end zone, and he can do it all. He has 18 TDs on the season. That right there is tied for the single-season record for the Saints. Now let's go to his running mate, Mark Ingram, who's an absolute monster. I do pass Deuce McAllister for 50 TDs in franchise history. So he has these two guys breaking records on records, whether it's the grand scheme record where you look at Alvin Kamara or the franchise record of Mark Ingram. They're going into each week thinking to themselves, if Drew Brees doesn't have a day, lean on us. We got you. And this is December. This is January. I'll keep saying it. If you got running backs and can play defense and a quarterback that takes care of the ball, you have a chance to make a Super Bowl run.
That building, absolutely. The story for me was the fake punt and the Steelers. The Steelers, they're up by 4 points, okay? It's 4th and 5. There's 4 minutes left. They call a fake punt. Roosevelt Nix takes it. He thinks he got the first down. He does it. And I just want to...
Shrek, say that again. They're up by 4.
They're up by 4.
So you punt this, you coffin corner this, you play the field position is what you're saying.
No, I'm not. I'm defending Tomlin.
You're
I
defending
like
it?
Like it. Okay,
Guys,
talk about it. Why?
because Drew Brees is going to get the ball back regardless. Why not go for it here? Like, to me, I'd rather have my offense on the field and give him another shot and have Ben Roethlisberger be able to put it in the end zone than punt it and give Drew Brees a chance to come right back down and take the lead. I am okay with it. Look, earlier this season, I came on the show on a Monday morning and did flips praising Sean McVay for calling on 4th and 2 in Seattle when they were up 4 points on their own 42-yard line, calling this play and saying, let's sneak it instead of punt it. Look at the reaction. Look at the Rams. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go tackle this season. I praised it. It was 4th and 2. This was 4th and 5. It's on the road, and I didn't want to give the ball back to Russell Wilson then, and I don't want to give the ball back to
Why not play the
Roethlisberger there.
field position game, bro?
What field? But your defense cannot stop them.
No, okay, this is what I would point out. I think these coaches get paid big money to have a feel for the game. Like, there's a sixth sense. The prior 3 possessions, the Steelers team was playing great. It was 3 and out,
Drew
3 and out.
Brees
I
at
know.
home. I'm not
the
giving him the
Steelers team
ball
was playing well. It's a 4.
There's 4 minutes
Wouldn't you rather
left.
just go for it with Roethlisberger? You're going to direct snap to Roosevelt
They had
Nix?
it. They had it.
They didn't
It was
have it.
there.
They got
It was
stopped.
almost there.
I know.
I'm okay with it. I just think that hindsight is 20/20. And on
Sure.
Twitter, everyone was clobbering Tomlin. Yet if they convert it, we're doing flips for Tomlin today. Like, I love the
But
cojones.
they didn't convert it.
They didn't convert it, but you're on the road and your season's on the line.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Let's live another day. I'm okay with it. If anything, I'd say the officiating was a little spotty.
You want to get into the
I don't know. I don't know.
How do you feel about Roosevelt Nix celebrating it when he didn't get it?
No,
It was
that's the
Swaggy
look.
P, dude. It was Swaggy P all
It was
over
Swaggy
again.
P shooting the shot.
Yo!
So tell me if I'm wrong, Shreyas, but now the Steelers, they can only realistically get into the playoffs
the
if they
Ravens
win
lose.
the division.
And if the Ravens lose, they need the
Ravens lose
Steelers.
to the Browns.
Steelers fans have to be Browns fans, which is the strangest thing they've
great.
ever heard. But the Steelers fans have to be all in on the Browns this weekend. And the Ravens last year lost a Week 17 at home to a Cincinnati team that had nothing to play for. This Browns team is a lot better than that Bengals team.
And they have to beat the Bengals this week.
They've gotta win,
And
and
then
they
they
need
win
to-
the division, and then they get in.
And
It's the
they-
only way.
And they have a home playoff game.
Woo! We'll see how it
We
goes.
got to talk more about that. I think that fake punt sucked.
You hate
I do.
it?
Yeah, it was a
Jared
terrible
Goff is a
decision.
franchise quarterback. You went for it. Roosevelt Nix is deciding your season.